Hey everybody, it's Mr. Scala back for another exciting video slideshow. This week's topic, what is life? Part 2, characteristics of life. Living or non-living card sort. So, a few living things, such as corn, coral, bread, mold, horse, babies, and an apple. A few non-living things, such as a rocking horse, cloud, tornado, and robot. In our undecided last week, we had fire. So we're going to be looking at that and examining, is fire living or non-living? So, organisms. Any free living thing, like a plant, animal, or other, is an organism. An organism is the most general word used to refer to an individual living thing. So you have characteristics of life. We got a beautiful video. I'm going to play it for you so you don't have to go between screens. All right, so we're going to explore the characteristics of life. So, characteristics of all life. In order to be considered an organism, which is a living thing, something must satisfy all the components on this list, which includes both needs and functions, or what organisms do. And we'll be adding to this list as we go. So here's what we have so far from the video. Movement is not evidence of life. Something that is living needs to be able to reproduce and reacts to its environment. So right there at the bottom, you'll see a link that goes to Lesson 2 Google Docs, so you can go to that. So, what are some other characteristics we can think of? So, on the doc, there's going to be some place where you can write down some of your ideas, thoughts as we go. So, let's think of a seed and what does a seed need to live. We're going to have you take 2 minutes just to think about it and put it in that document. All right, and if you need more time, feel free to take as much time as you need. You can pause the video and then restart it and continue at any moment. All right, so for a seed, it needs energy. So when it gets its energy from sunlight in a process we call photosynthesis. It needs water. If you've ever had plants around your house or around you just see outside, you know that they need water to live. It needs a suitable environment. So most plants grow in soil. You rarely see or never really see plants coming or growing out of concrete or out of a rock, like out of it. You might see some popping in between, but needs a suitable environment. So, what does a seed do that shows it's alive? We're going to take 2 minutes to think about that again. And just like last time, if you need a little bit more time, feel free to pause the video and restart it whenever you are finished. But we're going to continue on. So, it exchanges gas. It takes in CO2, which is our carbon dioxide, and gives off oxygen. And we've talked about this before. This is why plants are very essential, because they take our waste, because we exhale carbon dioxide and we need oxygen to survive. It grows. It responds to its environment. And it eliminates waste. Dormancy. Things are all living if they show all the characteristics of life, like needing food, water, growth, and responding to the environment. Living things are organisms. Part of organisms are like arms, tails, leaves are also alive. Things are dormant when they do not show characteristics of life until they are placed in a suitable environment. Dormant organisms are alive but inactive. A tree that has lost its leaves in the fall may not appear to be living, but it is dormant. Seeds do not appear to be living until they are placed in an environment where they can sprout. They are not dead, they are considered dormant. Sometimes an unsuitable environment can cause death, other times an organism can just go dormant. Like with the example with the seed. It's dormant because it's not showing characteristics of life, maybe because it's not in a suitable environment for it, but it is not dead. Non-living versus dead. Non-living materials have never been alive. Fire, rocks, water, wind, pencil, toys, computer are all non-living. Non-living materials also include wood that has been processed into a chair. A living material must have all the characteristics of life, not just some or even most of them. So living organisms need to show all the characteristics of life, not just some of them. Things are dead if they were alive at one time but are no longer. Animals that have died, leaves that have fallen off a tree, and skin that a snake shed are all dead materials. Our key takeaways. In order to be considered living, an organism must satisfy all the components. It grows, it needs energy, it exchanges gases, it responds to the environment, reproduces, needs water, eliminates waste, and needs a suitable environment. Some organisms may be dormant until a suitable environment is available. Something is non-living if it was never alive. Something can only be dead if it was once considered living. Extending the investigation. Go outside, list each object, material that you see, and identify them as living or non-living. Or research extreme environments where life may not be expected. Check for understanding. Head on over to the quizzes and take a quick quiz to see if any of this stuck with you. Let's see who can get the highest score. See if you can get them all correct. Font, slides, go. Remember, follow me on YouTube, like and subscribe. Hit that like button. If you have any recommendations, feel free to comment them. If you want me to talk slower, talk faster, maybe do a goofy accent, ASMR, let me know. Just check it in, so make sure you're watching. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you again next week.